Hey, it's Ellie. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So first of all, I just want to say sorry there haven't been a lot of builds lately. I will be posting an explanation video probably next week to explain what's going on. But anyway, today I am building, wait for it, another legacy house. Okay, you know already that I have a problem with my legacy challenge. I just can't. I get really bored living in the same house, okay? That's all. So, yeah, I built another house. But here's the thing, okay? I had a good reason for redoing the houses this time because my heir in the Legacy Challenge, Sterling, he just got married to Elsa Birgersson. And it's so adorable. I love it. But they couldn't live together in the house with his parents and his little sister. That would be weird as newlyweds. They're probably going to start a family soon. I probably won't have a child with them until they're adults, to be honest. Like, I'm going to go through the whole young adult stage, I think, with them, just them, with no family. Or no children, I should say, because I'm going to have the whole other family. But actually, right now, I have 7 Sims in my family, which means I can only have one more Sim anyway. And I haven't decided if Sterling is only going to have one child or not. I kind of like 2, but then again, if I have only one child, then the next generation will have like way less people in the family, hopefully, and then I can have a bigger family with one of my. I really want at one point to have a couple with like pretty much like 6 other children's Sims. I don't know if I'll ever actually do that. I get kind of crazy when I'm trying to play all the Sims. Like, I prefer to focus on just 1 or 2. So when I have this many, I get a little flustered sometimes, but it's fine. I really enjoy playing, and there's always someone to play who needs to do something, so that's kind of nice. When you only have 1 or 2 Sims, it's like, okay, well, he's at work and she's building her charisma skill in front of the mirror for 3 hours, so what do? Nothing. Anyway, so yeah. The house on the left is the one that Sterling and Elsa are going to move into. Well, they already have. I've been playing them for a while. Actually, I'm going to post an update video on them tomorrow, as a matter of fact, because I already recorded that one. And it's just going to replace my Let's Play series for tomorrow because yeah, that one was quicker. And I just have been really enjoying my family, so that's what I wanted to film this week. So yeah, in this particular speed build, I'm really only going to be furnishing the house on the left, the tan one, because I didn't want to do all the houses in both houses. Not all, there's only 2, but I didn't want to do both houses of furnishing in one video because then it would be really long, and I just thought it was fine if I separated it because it is kind of like 2 separate houses. I downscaled a lot when I built these new houses. Sterling and Elsa's house is a little bigger because, you know, they're gonna have a family soon, but for the other house, for my actual founder Sim, Kelsey, they used to have a giant house, and now it's pretty small. It's like a quarter of the other house, to be honest. Their new house is about as big as Sterling's old bedroom and his like collection room, plus maybe the kitchen. That's about how big it is. So yeah, I downscaled them a lot. I did it because I was building 2 houses and I was gonna have 2 appliances of everything, and that would get really expensive. So yeah, I needed to consolidate all of my houses. There is one thing going on in this house that I think it's actually a game issue. I think it's my game issue. I've done a lot of fixes for it, and it seemed to be working properly the last time. But basically, what's happening is, for some reason, my Sims are having routing issues when they're trying to cook something. So they'll go to the fridge and they'll start prepping whatever on the counter, and as soon as it gets to like the bowl phase where they're gonna go put it on the stove, they get the routing bubble, and you know how they wave their hands around like, I can't do that, and then they just cancel the action. And I have no idea why they're doing that, because everything is clear. I've rebought the stove and fridge and all the counters. At one point I did the bad thing in the legacy game, and I went into the cheats and I like tried to reset all the objects with the debug, and that didn't do anything. I remodeled the whole kitchen at one point, and it worked for, I don't know, probably like an hour, and then suddenly again there was routing issues. It was only happening at this house at first, the one that I'm furnishing, but then my other Sims started doing it in the other house, so I don't know what's going on. If this lot is somehow messed up because there's two houses, maybe that's the case, but yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on specifically. Here's what I did to keep out the Sims from each other's houses, because at first they were kind of wandering all over, and you know, Elsa's in her bedroom sleeping in here, and then she decides to cook breakfast over at her in-laws' house, and I just didn't really, I wanted them to stay in their own family's houses, you know? So it's like two separate houses, but they both live on the same lot, because I want to keep all my founders and my heirs in one lot for now. I might move them out later at some point. But yeah, sorry I'm pausing for a really long time here. I don't know what's going on. I probably left the computer. I usually edit that out. I can't believe I didn't rewatch this beforehand, but whatever, I'm already in it, so I'm not redoing this voiceover. I'm just gonna, it's just gonna happen, okay? But yeah, anyways, as I was saying, what I did to keep out the Sims from the wrong houses is I used the lock system on the doors. It's actually so much better than, I think, The Sims 3, maybe even than it used to be, because I don't remember having all these options before, but yeah, I think they're all good now. So what you can do is you can lock the door for everyone but so-and-so, whoever you're clicked on as your Sim, and then using them again, or I think you might have to use someone else, I can't exactly remember, but then you can go in and allow access to and individually click which Sims you want to be allowed through the door. So it works out really well. They can't get into each other's houses. Sometimes they do weird things, like there's a barbecue and like counter space in the back of Kelsey's house. And so sometimes in the middle of the cooking, they'll go over there and eat, or like mix their bowl and then come back in the stove to cook the meal, which is kind of why I thought maybe having the two houses was causing the routing issue, because the doors were locked, so they couldn't actually get through to cook the meal, which would, I think, make them have the routing issue. But I don't know, the stove is right there. It seems like that wouldn't be the case. They are definitely not closer to using the other stove, so yeah, I don't know. This is how I built the kitchen originally. I believe in my game I have it like that again. Yes, I believe I put it back now, because let's see, I repaired my game, and then I didn't try to reinstall because that takes so long, and I just didn't want to deal with that. But what I did do was make a new Sims 4 folder. You just like delete the other one. I put it on my desktop just in case it didn't work, and then you have to keep your saves too, so you know, don't just delete it without getting any of your saves or custom content out of there. I'm 99% sure none of my custom content was causing it either. I don't use any mods, and all my custom content are just clothes. I didn't use any of the furniture pieces in either of these houses, so yeah, that wouldn't be the cause of it. Anyways, yeah, so I did have to remake my whole Sims 4 folder, and I added all the saves again, and the game seems to be working much better anyway. There was some other things going on that made it seem like it was something with my game, not just an actual routing issue, because my Sims were often going off the lot and they couldn't get home for whatever reason. I think one time actually they did have the routing bubble for that, which doesn't make any sense because they can walk to their lot. It's like my lot is on the Windenburg Island, so you can walk to all the other houses while you're on any of the lots. Yeah. So, I think this house is really cute though. For some reason, I don't really know, I just felt like Elsa would have a more traditional home. The Bergeson's house is not very traditional. It's actually pretty modern. So I don't know why I think that, but she's just so cute, and like, she looks like a little southern girl, if you know what I mean. Like, she just looks like one of those, like, I don't know, she's just adorable. So I gave her this little traditional house with Sterling, and I made the other house a little more modern. It's not really like what I would consider modern. It's just not as traditional as this house looks. I already pre-made their kids' bedrooms, even though they probably won't have kids for a while, like I already mentioned. But for some reason, I don't know, I should probably delete one of the kids' rooms, but I just decided to put Elsa's treadmill in the upstairs bedroom, the boys' room that I'm working on now. I don't know why, I just shoved it in there, and I thought it looks kind of like, I don't know, it more looks like what parents do after their kids leave the house. They like use their room to make a craft room or like an exercise room or something, but they haven't had their kids yet. They're just prepping, I guess. We're just gonna pretend that all of these items used to be Sterling's and his little sister's. So that's why they have them. They just didn't want to get rid of them. They're just going to use them for their future kids. Okay? That's what's going on. But yeah, and I gave him a nice backyard, and I also put the pool in at the beginning. If you caught that, I wasn't talking about it at all, but they have a shared pool area, which is cool. It's like, I just want to put a little development area in this one huge lot. I'll just have like 4 houses with a bunch of families in them. Though 4 houses would only be 2 sim families each. And I already have a dog, so that's not going to really work out. But, you know, maybe like 3 houses wouldn't be unreasonable. Maybe once, yeah, maybe I'll build Lena her own house and she can start a little family. And then I'll have all of these Sims, their grandparents, and Lena will have her own house, and Sterling will have his house. That will be so cute. Anyway, the speed build is over, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel, because I post Sims videos every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!